All right, I had topics, NBA free agency, MLB All-Stars, Deshaun Watson. No more. There's more pressing matters to talk about. Big Ten shook up and permanently changed college sports. USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten. Let's first start off with the Rose Bowl. It is dead. There is no importance to the Rose Bowl anymore. None. Zero. The thing the Big Ten and the Pac-12 decided not to expand the playoff to protect is gone. No more Rose Bowl in any semblance of its current form. What, are we going to have USC play Oregon in the Rose Bowl? That doesn't feel like a Rose Bowl. What happened to intersectional games and things like that? That's gone. 12-team playoff that we're talking about? That is gone too. I'm not sure if there will be 6 conferences. Much less 6 conferences that the Big Ten and the SEC feel are worthy of getting automatic bids. It's gone. Any semblance of tradition and history in college football, it's gone. Money, money, and more money. That is it. Let's go to the consequences by conference. Pac-12 is pretty much dead. To have any chance of being anything resembling a Power 5 conference, they are going to have to get Boise State, Colorado State, San Diego State, and Fresno State at least. Any chance. And there's no way they're going to keep Oregon, Washington, probably Utah, and the Arizona schools. Pac-12 might be a Pac-8 with like 2 or 3 Pac-8 members. Maybe 4. Stanford could be gone too. Depending on how far they expand. Big 12 is pretty secure. The only teams that I think they might possibly lose, no matter how much it really expands, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and Cincinnati. Maybe TCU and Baylor, if their football programs keep doing well. Although TCU has to get back on track first. That is it. Big 12 Pac-12 merger might be a good idea too. Or even a Pac-12 Mountain West merger. There could be a real chance the Mountain West poaches teams from the Pac-12. Who would have written that a year ago? Consequences for the SEC. They're going to expand further because the Big Ten is probably going to expand further as well. There's no way they're going to leave 2 West Coast teams on an island. No way. And for the ACC, Florida State, Clemson, Miami, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Pittsburgh even, they're going to be gone. $52 million grant of rights deal. Rip it up. It's not the same. Louisville could be gone. I'd argue if they really care about market sizes, BC might be gone. Wow. The American, I think they're pretty stable once they lose these teams. For the independents, BYU's joining the Big 12, but I don't know if they'll ever join that. They might go straight to one of the super conferences. It's because they have the LDS Church on their side, and that's a huge fan base and market. And that's all they care about right now. And for the Sun Belts, I think they are going to be pretty stable as well. The MAC is going to stay stable. The MAC is going to stay stable probably forever. I think they added UMass for like 2 years, but otherwise been stable for like 25 years or so. I think college football is going to split into 2 divisions for sure. The SEC and the Big Ten are not going to play with the rest of the country. It could be 64, 48, 40 maybe between the two. They're going to have conference tournaments and multiple divisions and NFL style with interconference and, sorry about that, interdivisionals and conference tournaments and wild cards, and I could legitimately see them being an official NFL minor league. No, I really could see it. Think about how insane that is. Think about USC and UCLA, instead of playing in a rivalry game, being minor league affiliates. You know, they have levels of minor league baseball. There could be levels of minor league football. I could see that in the next 15 to 20 years. Especially if they go to 64 teams. And let's say the current Power 5 structure stays the same. It's really a Power 2, but let's say Power 5 stays the same. How are you going to do a playoff with 4 teams? What, are you just going to pick 2 from the Big Ten and 2 from the SEC? No one else is going to have the strength schedule to even go with a 2 or 3 loss Big Ten or SEC team. So it's like, let's say, the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl are semifinals, which will be happening in 2023. Okay, so you're gonna... Actually, no, let's go 2024 because that's what's going to happen. That'll be the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Be semifinals. So you'd have like the 3rd place SEC team versus the Big 12 champ in the Sugar Bowl, which happened last season, but this is not going to be the same Big 12, and this is going to be a lot stronger than SEC. In the Rose Bowl, the Rose Bowl? You could legitimately have a UCLA Stanford Rose Bowl. Or a USC Oregon Rose Bowl or something like that. The 3rd best team for the Big Ten. Actually, no, if I think Oregon's gone as well, then it would be like USC Stanford in the Rose Bowl. 3rd best team in the Big Ten versus the Pac-12 champ. And the 4 at-large spots are all going to go to SEC or Big Ten teams. And then you're 6. Besides the group of 5 spots, so that would be 3 extra spots. Yeah. So you can't keep this current system. And all this talk about eliminating divisions and conferences to make them more balanced. You can't balance a schedule with 24, 32 team conferences. Next point, there's going to be a breakaway with conference tournaments. Yes, conference tournaments in football. Yeah, you heard that right. Conference tournaments in football. There are rumors of it with SEC pods, but this is a whole different ballgame. It would be like 4 division champions, 4 wild cards, all playing against each other in a tournament to play the other conference's winner in a championship game, which could be in London, Dubai, places like that, all around the world. What schools could be joining the conferences? Notre Dame probably will join the Big Ten relatively soon. I'm not sure if they're in their grant of rights deal with the ACC, but even if they are, $52 million is a small price to pay for this. Clemson, Florida State, Miami, they're going to be gone. North Carolina, probably Virginia Tech, gone. Pitt might be gone to the Big Ten. If market size is the big thing, which is probably why they added USC and UCLA, the Big Ten added USC and UCLA in the first place, BC might be gone. In the Big 12, Houston just joined the Big 12, they might be gone if it's market size. BYU at the LDS Church, they're probably gone somewhere. These schools don't care about the religious aspect of it. They're not the Pac-12. Arizona schools are probably gone from the Pac-12. Washington and Oregon, gone. Stanford could be gone. Cal could be gone. They're less likely than Stanford. Utah might be gone. Probably gone, actually. Cincinnati could be gone. It could get crazy. The Mountain West could legitimately be stronger than the Pac-12. The Big 12 and the Pac-12 might merge, with the Big 12 taking control of it. Oh, let's talk about the NCAA basketball tournament. Most exciting event in sports. It will never be the same. Never. If this breakaway happens. It'll just be a tournament of SEC and Big Ten schools and then the rest of the country. Although, since this alliance between the SEC, this super conference duo, I think it'll be football only, so you'll still have schools like Duke and Kansas in it. No, not in the super conferences, but it won't be the same without your Ohio States, your Michigans, maybe even your Virginias if they move up. Texas, your Oklahoma, UCLA, USC, Oregon. All made deep tournament runs recently. North Carolina. Florida State. Alabama's been a pretty high seed a couple times recently. Auburn's made a Final Four recently. Florida's a couple titles in the last 15 years. Kentucky's going to be gone. Tennessee's been pretty good and has great recruiting lately. They're going to be gone. LSU's had a couple high seeds. They're going to be gone. Arkansas has made back-to-back Elite Eights. They're going to be gone. Wisconsin's made a couple Final Fours recently. They're going to be gone. Illinois has been a 1 seed recently. They're going to be gone. Indiana's going to be gone. Notre Dame will likely be gone. Purdue's been a consistent tournament team. They're going to be gone. Ohio State gone. Michigan gone. Michigan State gone. The NCAA tournament will never be the same. All the upsets and the drama, gone. They'll be replaced by 2 giant conference tournaments with 32 teams or 24 or 20 or whatever. Gone. NCAA tournament is done. It's on life support. Likely done. Let's talk about travel. Not that big of a deal in football, but in the non-revenue sports, it's going to be insane. Let's say you play USC or UCLA. Let's say this conference stay at 16. Your closest tournament game, your closest conference game other than to each other, if the Big Ten stays at 16, it's going to be 1,500 miles away. Think about that. Halfway across the country, and your furthest is going to be about 2,800 miles for a conference game. Conferences were created to have regional teams play each other. Not anymore. It's literally a coast-to-coast conference. Non-revenue sports are going to have to go coast-to-coast multiple times a week to play games. Think about baseball. It's a legitimate travel schedule for baseball. You could play a game Sunday against Rutgers. You could end a series Sunday against Rutgers if you're UCLA. Fly to, let's say, Cal to play a 1 game. I have to fly out to Maryland to play another conference game. Conference series. That's in baseball. That's ridiculous. It's about 5,500 miles of travel in like a few days. For student athletes. That gets to my next point. They're not going to be student athletes. None of them, even the non-revenue sports. They're going to be paid contractors for sure. That might be students at the school, might not be. And as football and basketball, football is going to be a minor league for the NFL, for sure. This isn't going to last very long. They're going to want more. Yes, the NFL will be affected by this. They're going to have League A and League B, like AA, AAA. If it goes to 64, each team will have a double equivalent of a AAA baseball team and a AA baseball team for football. And probably, maybe a basketball too. Eventually, this is going to get broken up with the non-revenue sports. Non-revenue sports are going to have to form their own conferences to survive. Probably the best case scenario right now is all the top schools break away from football and stay with every other sport. Or that will lead to massive financial discrepancies. Massive. And it wouldn't even be a level playing field in the other sports. Another thing I could see is them, all the top schools breaking away from the NCAA and forming geographic conferences, like the ones we had, just under a different body. That wouldn't be that bad, actually. That actually would be the best case scenario. Although some of the teams have been missing, but close we could get. I'm going to write an article on what I think will happen. And I'll link it to my Twitter once I publish it. Thank you for watching Nathan Talk Sports. Have a great day.